There's a prayer board in the locker room. There are 3 names. Tony Vos, who played with us a few years before Johnny, who died of a heart attack at 40 years old. And then Johnny and Matthew's names. And that stares at every player every day.
Each and every guy, if you were to ask him if we're playing for them, I'd say 100%. Once you put that jersey on, you never take it off.
You didn't see one without the other. As tight as any brothers could be, they really loved to spend time with each other. There was such a bond there.
When both Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau were killed in the summer of 2024, the pain and the sorrow were felt throughout the universe of hockey and beyond. And here at Boston College, the wound is still fresh. Here, the Gaudreaus were both stars, and for one season, teammates. Johnny arrived in Chestnut Hill in the fall of 2011.
So we're rolling. If you want to just introduce yourself on the camera, and after that.
All right. I'm Johnny Gaudreau. I'm from Boston College. I'm number 13.
In his time at BC, Johnny Gaudreau would do things no one had ever done in the college game.
Gaudreau coming in the backhand, score!
Despite his less than imposing stature.
On the ice, it was true brilliance.
Gaudreau wheels in, takes the shot, he scores!
He came in at 147 pounds. When you see him off the ice and see the effect he has on a game on the ice, you can't believe it's true.
In 2012, when Matthew was still in high school, Johnny, as a freshman, led the Eagles all the way to the national title game, where they met Ferris State.
It's just late in the game, we're protecting a 1-goal lead, and, you know, the championship is right there for us, and I'm saying, all right, Johnny, dump it and get off. Johnny says, hey, no fear, nothing, just here's what I'm going to do.
It was at this moment that the legend of Johnny Hockey sprang to life.
Here's Gaudreau, he can move, Gaudreau, in, Gaudreau, scores!
He's tiny, he looks about 12 years old, but right there you see what makes this kid special.
Our team was really close. We had a lot of fun. It was one of the coolest goals I've been a part of. Obviously, it secured our national championship. I think this is kind of the staple of who Johnny Hockey was.
Guess who? Johnny Hockey!
I thought to myself while I was playing, I was like, just go for it, you know?
2 years after that national title game, the Eagles welcomed another Gaudreau.
I have my little brother here with me here, and getting to be around him and seeing a more familiar face around the rink makes my day a lot more enjoyable.
He wasn't an immediate superstar like his brother, but Matthew Gaudreau would become a top-flight forward.
White backhand, Gaudreau scores!
Despite being even smaller than Johnny. How did he, a guy who's 120 pounds when he gets here, how did he compete at this level?
You're being very generous with 120 pounds. He didn't have the slippage that Johnny had, so he'd take some big hard hits, but he'd get right back up again. Despite that size, he was crafty and fearless.
Backdoor tip, score! Matthew Gaudreau.
It's a big reason why I wanted to come to Boston College, is because you watch guys like them who were undersized but made a significant impact and established that winning culture here at Boston College.
In the spring of 2014, Johnny would move on from BC to the NHL and make an immediate impact.
Shot, scores! Johnny Gaudreau, his first National Hockey League goal in his first National Hockey League game.
Over the next decade, Gaudreau developed into one of the sport's most dynamic scorers, a 7-time All-Star in Calgary and Columbus. For Matthew after BC, he'd spent 5 seasons in the minor leagues before going into coaching. Then, this past August, Johnny and Matthew were back home in New Jersey for their sister's wedding.
Columbus Blue Jackets star forward Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew, who is a minor league hockey player, were both killed last night.
Riding their bikes, the brothers had been struck and killed by a man who was allegedly driving under the influence. Johnny was 31, Matthew 29.
Just such a loss. I mean, such really special kids. And it's just tragic to lose 2 quality people like that so young.
In November, in a pregame skate before playing the University of Maine, BC wore jerseys with the numbers of Johnny, Matthew, and Tony Vos.
This past summer, the Boston College hockey community suffered the heartbreaking loss of 3 extraordinary people who left a lasting impact on everyone they met.
And for the season, there are patches with their initials.
It's been really humbling. Each guy in this locker room knows what it means to wear that uniform, but I think this year it means a little bit extra.
In January, at the World Junior Championships in Ottawa, Team USA, which included 6 players from Boston College, hung Johnny's national team jersey in the dressing room.
Anytime you really look over in the corner of the locker room and you see him, it always puts a smile on my face, so I know he's gonna have my back out there.
In the gold medal game, Teddy Stiga, one of the 6 Eagles, scored the game-winning goal in overtime.
Here comes Teddy Stiga. Oh, Stiga shoots, score! Teddy Stiga! Stays as one back-to-back World Junior gold medals.
Back at BC, however insignificant the game might be in the face of so much heartbreak, the Eagles play on.
Leonard cycles. Leonard still on it. Leonard scores!
What is it like for the players now to be playing in the shadow of this tragedy this season? What does that mean to them?
It seems like they've embraced it and want to do well to honor them. Losing 3 young people in your program just reminds us, don't take any day for granted.
It's a great reminder looking at our jerseys each and every day of how lucky we are to be able to play the sport we love and represent this school. And I believe they're watching us right now and looking over this team this year.
We're given a uniform for a short time. We come and go from this university. And we should always remember those who come before us, because they are part of our story as a BC hockey program.